All right, so the name of the class today, brothers and sisters, is courtesy, an underrated virtue. The name of the class is courtesy, an underrated virtue. All right? Pull up the definition of courtesy, yourdictionary.com. Nah, I want the second one and the fifth one. Put it on the screen? Yep, yes, sir. Come on. Come on.
Courtesy, a polite, helpful, or considerate act or remark.
Right. So courtesy is a polite, helpful, or considerate act or remark. Emphasis on considerate. All right? Considerate. Read the fifth definition. Scroll down. Go ahead.
Definition number 5. Willingness or generosity in providing something needed.
So willingness or generosity, meaning it's not courtesy when somebody has to tell you to do that act, that good deed. You understand? It's doing it out of the willingness of your heart, right? With pure intentions. That's courtesy. Now go to the Merriam-Webster and read number 2. All right. This is the definition of courteous because that's where courtesy comes from. All right. It's rooted from the word courteous. Read that.
Courteous. Definition number 2. Marked by respect for and consideration of others.
Right. So courtesy means marked by respect for and consideration of others. You see that? Consideration. Being considerate. Having respect. Dealing decently. You understand? Now watch this. Go to the article. All right. Now this is kind of what the class was. I remixed the name of it, right? But this article is titled Courtesy, the Understated Virtue, meaning it's not talked about enough. All right, put that on the screen. I won't start at scroll down. Scroll down. The first word gonna say courtesy is hardly. Yep.
Courtesy is hardly some strange inheritance from the distant past, but rather it is a long-standing code of behavior.
Right. So courtesy is supposed to be is basically things that we really through generations of human interaction. It's an underlying code that we all know that we should follow. All right, that's why I use the word code, a long-standing code. It's just some things you know you're supposed to do, like hold the door for a woman. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Like, you just know, all right? That's a minuscule example, but y'all get it. Put it back on the screen. Go ahead.
Moses did more than bring down the 10 Commandments from the mountain.
Wait a minute. Hold the hell up. I'm pretty sure a Christian wrote it. Why haven't he told his Christian constituents that? The hell is that? The Israelites the only people I done heard bring that out. What the hell is that? Moses did more than bring 10 Commandments.
What the hell is this?
Go ahead.
He inferred to those who followed a standard of personal conduct.
The Israelites, right? We were ordained to follow a standard of personal conduct. Go ahead.
The need to respect the blind.
Right. So that's not in the 10 Commandments, but it's a part of what Moses brought down from the mountain, the laws of God. The need to respect the blind. Go ahead.
The deaf and the infirm.
Right, the deaf and the infirm, the handicapped, the sick, the ill, the terminally sick, ill. You understand? The defective or defected people amongst us. Go ahead.
The need to refrain from bearing tales about others.
Right, being a talebearer. Leviticus 19:16. Go ahead.
The need to be civil to visitors and
The
strangers.
need to be civil to visitors and strangers. All of that is in the law that Moses provided to the Israelites. Now, we're going to come back to this, but go to Luke 16:20. I'm going to show y'all something heavy that Christ said. You understand? And this is why, just based off that paragraph alone, it shows you the disservice of Christianity. That they print out Bibles that only have Psalms, Proverbs, and the New Testament. They completely eliminate the laws of Moses that teach you these long-standing codes of conduct, which are very, very beneficial to everyone. And they tell you it's done away with, it's irrelevant. When you get a Bible started in Matthew, that is insane. Now I'm going to show y'all something heavy that Christ brought out. Read that.
The book of Luke, chapter 16 and verse 20.
Go ahead.
And there was
28.
Verse 28. For I have 5 brethren, that he may testify unto them, lest they also come into this place of torment.
So this is a ruler, right, that lived his life deliciously, right, but he ends up in the place of torment, hell, right, the spiritual one. And he's begging Abraham, right, because that's who he's speaking with, to send Lazarus to warn my siblings so they won't end up where I'm at, so they won't end up in hell. Now watch the response. This is Christ speaking, giving a parable, but in the parable, this is Abraham's response to this brother. Watch this.
Abraham saith unto him, they have Moses and the prophets, let them hear them.
So if anybody wants to avoid hellfire, what do you have to assist you in avoiding it? Moses, meaning the law of Moses and the prophets. That's the Old Testament. So if you don't want to go to hell, you need to study the Old Testament, because you'll be able to glean from these wonderful, beautiful commandments that teach you long-standing codes of conduct, how to interact righteously amongst your neighbor. That's needed, especially amongst our people, because it's for our people, by our people, to our people. All right? Go to 2 Maccabees chapter 15 and verse 12. 2 Maccabees 15 verse 12.
The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 15 and verse 12.
Go ahead.
And this was his vision, that Onias, who had been high priest, a virtuous and a good man, reverent in conversation, gentle in condition.
So wait a minute. We talking about a high priest. All right. So a high priest, we all know, has the background of being raised in the law, or else he would not become a high priest. So watch this. Go ahead.
Well spoken also, and exercised from a child in all points of virtue.
Y'all see that? So he was a virtuous, good man, reverent in conversation, gentle in condition. He gained these qualities from being raised in the law of Moses. This is before Christ walked the earth. He gained all of these qualities and attributes that are praiseworthy from being raised in the law of Moses. That's what it means to be exercised in all points of virtue. Where did he learn all points of virtue to be exercised therewith? From the laws of Moses. And that's what they dropping for you in the article. And guess what? The law of Moses was given us. And we come into this truth, and we know for a fact it ain't even questionable whether or not we're supposed to be studying and applying the laws of Moses. All right? Finish it out.
Holding up his hands, prayed for the whole body of the Jews.
Now go to the book of Sirach. Now, I don't know some of y'all Bible situation, but I know the app, and I know my Bible got the prologue. We're going to read the prologue of Sirach. All right? Let's start at the beginning.
Ecclesiasticus, a prologue made by an uncertain author. This Jesus was the son of Sirach, and grandchild to Jesus of the same name with him. This man therefore lived in the latter times, after the people had been led away captive and called home again, and almost after all the prophets. Now his grandfather, Jesus.
Okay, not that one, but the one where he's speaking. It should be the, okay.
Yes, sir, I got you.
All right.
The prologue of the wisdom of Jesus, the son of Sirach.
There we go.
Whereas many and great things have been delivered unto us by the law and the prophets.
So many great things have been delivered to us by the law and the prophets. Come on.
And by others that have followed their steps. For the which things Israel ought to be commended for learning and wisdom.
Go, because all of these things came from Israelite. These people, the law came from Moses, the prophets were Israelites, and those that followed their steps were their descendants, Israelites. So it say for which things Israel ought to be commended for learning and wisdom. All of these things came from our lineage. We are the salt of the earth. It's our laws that make things make sense. All right, go ahead.
And whereof not only the readers must needs become skillful themselves, but also they that desire to learn, be able to profit them which are without.
You got to be able to profit the people, the Israelites that are in a Gentile mind state, that don't know their identity, your brothers and sisters that are lost. You have to be able to profit them. You have to bring something to the table when you interact with them, something that you have that they don't, that's able to enlighten them, right? So these laws, these scriptures is not for you to have knowledge and become puffed up and think you better than their brother or sister in the world, but it's equipping you with the tools and the wisdom, right, to be able to perform in front of those people in your deeds, your actions, your conversation, and attract them to that light. All right, go ahead.
Both by speaking and writing. My grandfather Jesus, when he had much given himself to the reading of the law and the prophets and of the books of our fathers, and had gotten therein good judgment, was drawn on also himself to write something pertaining to learning and wisdom.
Right. So, this is the background story, right? His pawpaw read the laws of Moses, the prophets, and other books of our fathers. And he was inspired to write his own. Go ahead.
To the intent that those which are desirous to learn and are addicted to these things.
And are what?
Addicted to these things.
So you might be addicted to these things in the sense of, remember the scriptures say that it's like a lovely song to our people. You might be addicted to hearing it, right? But watch this.
Might profit much more in living according to the law.
But you're going to profit much more in living it. You understand? Why would you profit so much in living according to the law? Because it teaches you, or it gives you something to exercise in all points of virtue. You understand? All points of virtue. Go ahead.
Wherefore, let me entreat you to read it with favor and attention, and to pardon us, wherein we may seem to come short of some words.
All right. So now go back to the article. All right. Where we left off at, it is one.
It is one of the misfortunes of today's society that these fundamentals are ignored by many. This was recognized by a Canadian newspaper columnist, Claire Wallace, in 1967 when she said, "There is a greater informality in life today, in conduct, in clothes, and particularly among young people. Yet, this does not alter the fact that good manners and living by the rules of society are important."
So it's basically saying that the world is in a decayed state. And these long-standing codes of behavior seem to not, they don't have how can I put it? They won't stand for much longer. They've been long standing for all this time, and from the looks of the upcoming generations, they won't stand for much longer, right? Because many of them have been forsaken. The common courtesy is rather uncommon today amongst the general public. But watch this. Philippians chapter 2, verse 15. Watch this.
The book of Philippians, chapter 2 and verse 15.
Go ahead.
That ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of God, without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation.
So, yes, this is a crooked and perverse nation with no morals, no standards, codes of virtue. You understand? Now, people, they understand for the purpose of money in certain operations that, all right, come on now, don't do this, don't do that. Or at least let us not see it or hear about it. So you see little fractions of what is supposed to be a structure of codes enforced, right? For people to live a certain way and treat each other a certain way. The world is not so. It's a crooked and perverse nation. God is saying about us, read 15 again from the top.
That ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of God, without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation.
So us placed in this wicked land are supposed to stick out as the sons and daughters of God, not corrupted by the corrupt communication in the world. Go ahead.
Among whom ye shine as lights in the world.
Among whom we do what?
Among whom ye shine as lights in the world.
So what causes us to shine as lights in the world? The uncorruptible light of the law that we get from, that was gifted to our forefathers and passed down to us. We're supposed to exemplify that to the rest of the world. While the world is in decay, we are meant to be on an uprise by way of going back to what had the world at harmony once before, which is the laws of God. All right? Go to 1 Peter 2, verse 9.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 2 and verse 9.
Come on.
But ye are a chosen generation.
So the world wicked as hell, it's on a downfall. But us, we are the chosen generation. All right, read.
A royal priesthood. And holy nation.
Holy nation, set apart from the BS. Read.
A peculiar people.
A peculiar people, a strange people. Not strange in the sense of queer, but strange as in special. All right, read.
That ye should show forth the praises of him.
That we should do what?
Show forth the praises of him.
Y'all know what it means to show forth the praises of him? Another word for praises in that scripture is virtues. So it's one thing when we talk about human virtues, right? Good qualities of humans, but the sons and daughters of God were created to show forth the virtues of God. The things that make him praiseworthy per se, right? Think about why people praise God. For his mercy, his compassion, his generosity. You understand? His courtesy, the things he does for us that he doesn't necessarily have to do. But out of genuine love and care for our posterity, he does it. You understand? That is what makes him praiseworthy. That's his praises. And we were created to show forth those praises in the earth by how we deal with our neighbor. That's mercy, compassion, generosity, courtesy. That's showing forth the praises of God. That's why we're here. Go ahead.
That ye should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
He didn't call you out of the world into this truth for you to just learn a lot of scriptures. He called you out of the dark state of sin and wickedness and disrespect, a degenerate people, to become the solution to their problem. You understand? To become the light. Like, no, hey, this is the way. Walk you in it. Come learn what I'm learning, because you see how it's profiting and benefiting me. And based on how I'm treating you, and you see me treating others, this is what you desire. This is what you prefer. Right? We were chosen to be that example in the earth. All right? That's why we were given the laws, because that's what the laws provide. From there, go back to the article. All right? Give me jump down to consideration. It says consideration for others. All right, scroll to my bad. Yep, right there. Right there. Scroll down a little bit. Go ahead.
Courtesy is consideration for others.
Right. So like we read in the first two definitions, those were key words: being considerate, having consideration. That's courtesy in a nutshell. Right? But it's being considerate as in what Christ taught us. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Go ahead.
It is really nothing more complicated than this. If the automobile drivers of the world alone would recognize this, only a fraction of the accidents which now occur would actually happen.
Right. So we all guilty of this, right? When you need to be somewhere in 30 minutes and your GPS say it's 32 minutes to arrival, you don't give a damn about nobody on the road. The little babies in the car seats, in the back seats, the old people who can barely see. You understand? You do not give a damn about them. For real. I'm telling you, but this thing can get very, very, slicey dicey. You know, we've been you building up to it, but it's finna be a lot of bloodshed in the spirit in this chat. Message. All right, go back to the article.
Together, we must make an effort in our ever more complicated environment to be more courteous. It can be accomplished by less effort and ultimately will produce greater benefit than almost anything else we can do.
Damn, you hear that? Than almost anything else we can. Get that real quick. In Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8. Solomon said the same thing. Wisdom of Solomon 8, verse 7.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8 and verse 7. And if a man love righteousness, her labors are virtues.
What?
Are virtues.
That's what the I ain't gonna say the white because I don't know who wrote it. I didn't do my research on the author. All right. But in the article, that's what they taught. The law of Moses, you understand, is full of virtues. Because wisdom's labors are virtues. Go ahead.
For she teacheth temperance and
so
prudence.
God's laws teaches you temperance, self-control. Go ahead.
And prudence.
And prudence, wisdom, judgment. Go ahead.
Justice.
Justice, knowing how to rightly decide what is right, who deserves what and why. Go ahead.
And fortitude.
And fortitude, meaning courage in the face of danger. God's laws teach us that. Read.
Which are such things as men can have nothing more profitable in their life.
So the virtues that God's laws offer can do more for you than anything else in this world. All right? Damn. So go back to the article. Like that? Come on.
To do this, we must remember that courtesy consists of little things.
You ever hear that terminology? I know some brothers may have heard their wives say that. I think my wife said that to me a few times. It's the little things. Cause you be like, what's the damn problem? It's like, it's the little things, right? Because it's true. That's true. It do be the little things. It do. Go back. Go ahead.
No one is ever likely to say thank you too often. When any service is performed, there should be no hesitation in expressing appreciation with a smile.
So that's an example of a little thing. Saying thank you. Do y'all think that's in the Bible? 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 1. This is the little things. How little is it if God put it, ordained it for it to be written and recorded in the scriptures? Read that.
1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
I exhort, therefore, that, first of all, supplications, prayers, intercessions, and giving of thanks be made for all men.
Right. So God wants us to do that. Now go back to the article. All right. It's a little thing, but it goes a long way. It's important. Go ahead.
A spirit of tolerance should be encouraged. We need to make allowances, to learn not to peer at others looking for fault in them. In short, we must learn to treat people as if they were what they could be.
All right. So that those 4 little sentences, all right, it's a lot in there. A spirit of tolerance should be encouraged. Spirit of tolerance. We need to make allowances. Now, those words are dangerous to a wicked mind, right? Because if you're the person that is to be tolerated or allowed, you will abuse the notion that people must possess tolerance and give you allowance. You understand? A lot of people want to abuse the obligation of charity of brothers and sisters in this truth. You wicked as hell.
Come on now, dog.
Stop it. But regardless of that, you understand, because the Bible do talk about, hell, love your enemies. Hell, if they wicked, what it is. Because that's really the only thing that could possibly win them over. All right? But so much of you just, you wicked, but I don't care. I still love you, wicked ass. And I'm praying that you repent. And one day they just might.
That's right.
God wants us to operate with each other. So it says the spirit of tolerance, making allowances, learning not to peer at others looking for fault in them, always trying to find that. Listen, again, this is dangerous for a wicked mind that does not want to be cleansed from their faults. Why are you always trying to correct me? No, stop. However, you understand, we all should have a understanding of or an awareness, unless, I don't know, some brothers and sisters may just be perfect. I could be ignorant. I'm young. I ain't been everywhere. I don't know everybody. I'm young as hell. I don't know. Maybe there are perfect people in this truth that I have yet to meet. Maybe. I don't know. You know some perfect people? You know some perfect people? Okay. Can I get a hell no?
Hell no.
So, if we not perfect, then the expectation of others should not be perfection. I shouldn't have to say that. But some brothers and sisters don't carry themselves with that understanding. You have fringes on. You have a head wrap on your head. Be ye therefore perfect. Matthew 5:48. Listen, we should not be operating like that with each other. You understand? But we should treat people as if, or with the understanding that we are all a work in progress. She will be perfect. He will be perfect. So I'm going to respect him with that level of respect. That's some heavy stuff right now. All right, go to Ephesians chapter 4, verse 2. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 2.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 4 and verse 2.
Come on.
With all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering, forbearing one another in love.
With all lowliness and meekness. That's that awareness I'm talking about, right? You're not puffed up. You don't think you're perfect. You're aware of your own flaws, so that translate in your ability to forbear your neighbor in love. So what does that mean, forbear? Now remember, It said a spirit of tolerance should be encouraged. Go to Collins Dictionary. All right, scroll down. Scroll down. Yep, read number 2. Forbearing one another in love. Read that.
Forbear. To endure. Tolerate.
To tolerate. So God is telling us to tolerate one another in love. Now, some of y'all most of us at our jobs tolerate the heathens. And it's not out of love, it's out of necessity. That's understood. All right? But us in the body, you understand? This shouldn't nobody be tolerating their brother only because they don't want to get in trouble and miss out on the promotions coming up. Come on now. You should be tolerating your brother because you genuinely love that person and understand they have flaws just like you have that we are still working on. You understand? So you endure them. You tolerate them in love. Scroll down. All right. I won't scroll down some more. I want number 5 on that one. Scroll down. Yep. Watch this. This is heavy right here. Watch this.
To be patient or self-controlled when subject to annoyance or provocation.
So provocation means when somebody provoking you. So when somebody annoying you, when somebody provoking you, you retain patience and self-control. You don't flash out. You understand? You don't lose your temper. You don't, let them have it. You, woosah. I remember when I had it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Maybe you don't know the scripture right here. Let me show you. You know what I'm saying? For real. That's what God is commanding us to do. He called us out of darkness into his marvelous light. When somebody annoying you or provoking you in the world, for sisters, that can mean a sister getting her tracks pulled out her head. For brothers, that can mean, you know what I'm saying, them getting, a damn pistol upside their head. You know what I'm saying? A damn fresh, hot piece of lead inside their body. For real. But in its truth, that provocation, that annoyance is only supposed to result in charitable tolerance and correction. All right? Nothing less. Nothing more. All right? So, from there, go to the next article. 30 ways to be courteous. So these are, again, like we just read, the little things. These are some of the little things to illustrate what it means to be courteous or acts of courtesy. All right? Because some of us may still be confused. So read number 1.
Courtesy is giving your full attention to the person whom you are interacting with.
So that's a little thing, right? But is it? In today's age, we've been conditioned, and I'm guilty. I'm guilty of everything I'm bringing. I'm gonna let you know right now. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. That's why I put the class together. I gotta work on courtesy, but we all do. All right. But we've been conditioned in this day and age to where it's normal, it's acceptable to look off and check your phone, check your emails while somebody is pouring their heart out to you. Like, what the somebody trying to talk about, they making plans, scheduling appointments, and they need you to focus, and you just somebody commented on your photo. You responded to a damn comment. Yeah, bro, that's straight. Hell yeah. They talking to you, man. Hell yeah. You playing the chess app. The hell is this? The courtesy is giving your full attention to the person you interacting with. That's a little thing, but I'm telling you, it goes a long way. Go to Sirach chapter 3. Sirach chapter 3, verse 28.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 3 and verse 28.
Uh-huh.
In the punishment of the proud, there is no remedy.
I mean, not 28, 29.
Yes, sir. Verse 29. The heart of the prudent will understand a parable, and an attentive ear is the desire of a wise man.
Right. So wise men of understanding, when they're speaking, they only desire in that instance of them speaking to someone is for the ears of the listener to be attentive, for you to be focused, to be an active listener. You understand? Everybody desires that. You understand? Nobody wants divided attention when they're seeking your attention. You understand? They want you to be focused, to completely process what they're speaking about and be able to offer something in response effectively. All right? I don't want the scrolling on Facebook at the same time, looking at the movie on Netflix at the same time version of your response to my concern.
Hell no.
I want your full attention. Now, shout out to my wife. That don't mean every time you got something to say, I turn the world off and stop and listen. It's not gonna work like that. It's charity, all right? When it's seasonable, you understand. To communicate with somebody, we should be, willing, really obligated. We should feel obligated to participate in 100% communication, not partial. All right, full attention. Give someone your full attention when interacting with them. All right, that's courtesy right there. Now read number 7.
Courtesy is not probe into someone's personal life.
Right, so an act of courtesy is to not probe into someone's personal life. Get that in 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 15.
The book of 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 15. But let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody in other men's matters.
Right, so God teaches us to practice courtesy in that aspect. Don't probe into other people unless you're invited to weigh in on something that someone is dealing with, right? You're not appointed in that office of counseling them. It's not your place to impose on, what they got going on and offer your opinion. You understand? When a house got a for sale sign in the yard, then it behooves you, if you want the house, to place an offer. But you riding by somebody's house, ain't no for sale sign. They parked in a garage. You know what I'm saying? They live there. You think it's okay? Hey, y'all selling this joint?
Come on now, dog.
Yo, get your ass. What the hell? If it was for sale, it'll be a sign. It'll be on Zillow. The hell wrong with you? All right? So the unwarranted, nosiness, and you think you're so spiritual. Oh yeah, she just don't know it, but she needs me to. No, she needs you to mind your own damn business. Courtesy, all right? For real though. Go to number 12.
Saying sorry when you are wrong.
That's a heavy act of courtesy. Little things, because all of us and this is some perfect Israelites I skipped over in my life. All of us are going to be wrong at some point, whether it's a debate, whether it's a judgment, whether it's a recollection of events. We're humans. We make errors. And when it gets brought to light that you're wrong, you should apologize. You should acknowledge it and apologize. Don't be that brother or sister that somebody showing you that you're wrong upsets you. And you feel like she or he just wanted to prove me wrong, so I hate him.
You prideful.
It wasn't about them providing the right answer. They just wanted to prove me wrong so they could. No, you were just wrong. What the hell? Go to Sirach 21 verse 7. Sirach 21 verse 7.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 21 and verse 7. An eloquent man is known far and near, but a man of understanding knoweth when he slippeth.
So if you got understanding, if you're a spiritual brother or sister, you know when you done die. You know when an apology is warranted from you. It's easy to acknowledge when somebody needs to apologize to you. You owe me an apology. But how about when you owe somebody else an apology? Do they have to come and request it? Or do you know that, yeah, I was wrong, and they need to hear me acknowledge and apologize for my wrong? If they don't have to come to you and request it, that's courtesy of you to willingly and with a genuine spirit go and apologize and acknowledge that you were wrong. Go to chapter 20 and verse 2.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 20 verse 2.
It
is much better to reprove than to be angry secretly. And he that confesseth his fault,
he that confesseth his wrongdoing, read,
shall be preserved from hurt.
You'll be preserved from hurt. Because when you're wrong and you're an a-hole and you don't acknowledge it, that can result in people either getting some get back, you understand, in some type of way, or physically hurt you. The scripture talk about a contentious mouth calleth for strokes, meaning you're asking to get stolen. You understand? So we need to all have that common courtesy of apologizing, being able to acknowledge and apologize, say sorry when we are wrong, because we would want that done to us. Wouldn't we? Now, go to number 17 in the article.
Keeping your word.
Read it again.
Courtesy is keeping up your word.
There you go. Keeping up your word. Go to Sirach 29 verse 3. So keeping up your word means you maintain a reputation of basically good credit, not in the financial sense, credit score, whatever, but amongst brothers and sisters. Is generally understood and believed that Ezra will keep his word, that Eliakim will keep his word, that Adrian will keep her word. It's known of them. That's what it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. Read that.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 29 and verse 3.
Go ahead.
Keep thy word and deal faithfully with him, and thou shalt always find the thing that is necessary for thee.
Right. So there's life credit. All right. All of us should have a high credit score in life. All right. Dealing with our brothers and sisters, we should have proficient and above credit scores. All right. Some of y'all got an 850 in real life with a nice house, nice car. You understand? You can get a loan tomorrow. You can walk in the bank, they drop 50 racks in your account. But brothers and sisters in the body, they know you as unreliable. When she said she was coming to the fundraiser, I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Come on, man.
Yeah, he said that he was going to cover me for MOV, and now you calling me, asking me where I'm at. Like, what about the brother? The brother said he was going to cover for me. You know what I'm saying? For real. It be happening. Low credit scores amongst brethren and sisters in this truth that is forbidden. All right? We must keep our word. Deal faithfully. All right? I should have faith. I should have good faith in each and every last one of you brothers and sisters. I give you a task. I say it's due at 8 p.m. on Thursday. Then I should know that I'm not going to have to suffer any, you know what I'm saying, lateness with that. Because we in this truth. And God said, deal faithfully. Y'all sign paperwork. All right? Now, from there, go to, where we at? Go to number 18 on the list.
Saying no to some things so that you can deliver your commitments that you have said yes to.
Right. So y'all see that? Saying no to some things so that you can deliver your other commitments. So a lot of people don't explore that end of charity. You think that if you love your brother or sister, you should always be able to tell them yes. But that's a childish interpretation of what charity is supposed to be, because it's not about lip service. You understand? Telling me yes will satisfy me in that moment per se, because I got somebody that told me that they would do this and this and that, but I'm not going to be satisfied fully until it's done. So I have neither satisfaction or dissatisfaction before I receive a vow from you, right? So you partially satisfy me by making a vow, but when you don't fulfill the vow, I am now dissatisfied. You understand? You could have saved me from dissatisfaction by not vowing at all, but because you thought to partially satisfy me, you ended up completely dissatisfying me by not fulfilling what you said you was going to do. All right, go to Sirach chapter 29, verse 20.
The book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 29, verse 20.
Uh-huh.
Help thy neighbor according to thy power.
You see that, Jim? Help thy neighbor. Yes, do that. But he didn't leave it at that. Help thy neighbor according to your power. If you got too much on your plate, too much on your schedule, and other people that you got to keep your word with, don't put yourself in a bind beyond your parameters of fulfillment. Just, hey, you know what? I already told such and such. I'm sorry. Hey, call such and such. I think he available. You understand? Call such and such. I'm pretty sure she can be able to. You know, there's nothing wrong with doing that. Your neighbor is not going to think less of you by you telling them no at times. Now, if you just never able to just, come on now, what are you good for?
Come on now, dog.
You selfish bastard. Sheesh. But, all right, sometimes it's completely 1,000% understandable. All right, especially if you have prior obligations. It is what it is. I understand. I get it. All right? Help your neighbor according to your power. Go ahead.
And beware that thou thyself fall not into the same.
Because helping others beyond your power can result in you becoming that brother or sister seeking help. You understand? Meaning you take a L. God is telling you, don't put yourself in that position. Don't be no fool. All right? Now, go back to the article and read verse 19.
Number 19. Being on time and not taking someone else's time for granted.
Oh, my God. I'm cut. All right? Being on time. Sheesh. That right there. You know Deuteronomy 28:37. We will become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword. A proverb is a wise saying, meaning it's a saying that came from experience, wisdom, observation. And through observation of the Negro race, there was a proverb created known as CPT. Colored people time. It's a wise saying when a brother say, all right, so I want my such and such to start at 6. I put on a flyer 4. That's a wise saying because if you put 4, then you'll actually get the people there by 6 like you want them to. Yeah. For real, that's a wise saying because that's how non-applicant of that right there we are as a people. Damn. We do not like to be on time. All right? That's a part of being courteous. That's courtesy. Be on time and don't take someone else's time for granted because when you're in the seat, listen, y'all ever been at a restaurant and you was hungry, you was craving that damn food, and the line was so long, you said, to hell with your craving and your appetite for that specific place. I'm going to go elsewhere, that I'm not craving, that I didn't plan on spending money on there, but since I gotta wait so damn long, I'm finna go. I think we done all done that before. For real. You ever been sitting in a doctor's office and your appointment was at 1 o'clock and you looking at the clock, it say 1:48, and you just so annoyed, you go to the desk, did y'all put my name, did y'all write my name, did y'all tell them, you know what I'm saying? You get the pressing the issue, like, what the hell going on? We done all done that before. You understand? But when we are expected to be somewhere, you know what I'm saying, when we're waiting on, we take our precious time. That's crazy. That's backwards. That's backwards right there. For real. It's two. I'm gonna give y'all two sides to an example, and I'm guilty of both. But I'm keeping it to 1,000. So somebody, I'm gonna just use some names. Ezra is going to pick up Eliakim. Eliakim is fully dressed, prepared, and waiting. Eliakim, because he doesn't know whether or not he has time to warm up a plate because he don't want to have to spend money when they go, he texts Ezra. He says, how far are you? Ezra is still at the house talking to his wife real quick before he go. Ezra see the text and he say, in his mind, I know the brother waiting. I don't want him to get any ideas to do something else. Ezra types, I'm down the street. So I like him, like, damn, he down the street, so damn, I'm gonna have to spend some money on it and warm up food. So 10 minutes go by, and you sitting there, like him sitting on the couch with his stomach growling. He called Ezra, bro, I thought you was down the street. The hell is this? Ezra in the background, you hear the car door shut. Yeah, I'm on the road. I'm in traffic. Oh, you just got in the car? Bro! Now, On the flip side, Ezra is on the way to pick up Eliakim. He's en route. He tell Eliakim, I'm 5 minutes away. I'm gonna say, he tell you the block. You know it's 5 minutes away. You the GPS, all right? Yeah, I'm at the light at such and such. I'm on the way. Eliakim say, okay. But I ain't take no shower. You know what? I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? He can wait.
Damn!
Eliakim hop in the shower, brush his teeth, comb his hair, iron his shirt. Ezra in the parking lot, in the driveway, 30 minutes.
You can't make this
Hey,
stuff
damn, I
up.
told the brother I was 5 minutes away. You, Eliakim, I'm outside, bro. You ain't know I was outside. Oh, yeah, bro. I'm like, I'm putting his pants on. Oh, yeah, bro, my bad. Like, bro, come on. Got a brother waiting. You know what I'm saying? Now, ain't no telling what Ezra could have had planned or whatever that he had to cut out of his plans because of the negligence, the lack of care or concern for Ezra's time on Eliakim's part. All right? So we don't think, for some reason, we don't put it into perspective of when you have to wait on somebody, when you're making somebody wait. We must do that. We gotta do better with that. I think that might be one of the quickest ways to expose that somebody's charity is not where they think it is. You might think you on point. Man, I've been doing good. Wait, what time did you get to class? Well, I pulled up at 2, but on the sign and shit it say 2:13. But I pulled up in the parking lot and stop! You were late. The hell is this? You was late. So, I think all of us are guilty to some extent of lateness. Now I'm gonna give y'all another context of lateness.
Bring it out!
Where we at? We at number 19, right? Okay. I'm gonna give y'all another. Well, I ain't gonna say lateness, but it's making somebody wait. Eliakim call Ezra. Ezra say, "Hey, Shalom, bro, hold on real quick. I'm guilty. Ezra say, hold on real quick. You got a pressing issue. You know what I'm saying? You need Ezra to give you this damn whatever you got to sign to get to these people so you can get your direct deposit. You know what I'm saying? Something important." Ezra say, hold on real quick, bro. Okay. So, when we put regular people put each other on hold, you don't got the little waiting music like calling a doctor's office or something. So you just gotta just be in there. You put your damn phone on speaker mode and start going on your little apps. You know what I'm saying? So you playing your little chess, like I'm playing his chess app, thinking like, damn, did I accidentally exit out of the? So he hit the little upper left hand, cut, boop. Oh, I'm still on hold. 18 minutes later. The hell is this? You gotta hang up and then call the brother back. You understand? Listen, that's not courteous right there. If anything, click back over. Be like, I ain't gonna lie. You're not holding on real quick anymore. It's going to be a while. I'm going to have to call you back. You understand? That's courtesy. All right? Sirach chapter 4, verse 1.
The book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 4 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
My son, defraud not the poor of his living, and make not the needy eyes to wait long.
God said, don't do that. Don't make the needy eyes to wait long. Making folks wait when they need you. You understand? That is not courteous. That is niggardly. We cannot be that way. All right, go back to the article. Read number 20.
Number 20. Giving back a book or dress or anything that you may have borrowed from another person and making sure that you return it in a good condition.
Now, some of us are super charitable when it comes to this, actually. I'll explain what I mean by that. Not the person that is borrowing, but the person that gave it away. And it's truth, if I let you have some, like, oh, damn, I need an undershirt real quick to put on, blah, blah, blah. And the brother gives it to you. For the most part, he knows, you know, I just gave my brother that shirt. Because, you know what I'm saying? It's counted loss. For real, it is what it is. For real, it's true. But a lot of time we go over to somebody's house, leave some Tupperware. It's theirs. For real, it is what it is. For real. Y'all ever, you know, be hungry as hell, pour you a bowl of cereal, you go to the dish rack or whatever, ain't no spoons, you like, the dishes just got washed. Where the damn spoon? Where all the spoons go? They at brother such and such house, and they came over there, you know what I'm saying? Took the bowl with them to go or something, you know? For real. That happens very, very often within our community. But like I said, Israel, you know, on the side of the lender, we are, it is what it is. But the borrower, come on, man. Come on now, dog.
Come on now, dog.
We got to do better. Especially when we say we gonna give it back. When we say we gonna pay you back. You understand? Sirach chapter 18, verse 22.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 18 and verse 22. Let nothing hinder thee to pay thy vow in due time.
Read that again.
Let nothing hinder thee to pay thy vow in due time.
God said, let nothing hinder you. Don't let nothing stop you from paying a brother back. Giving back what you borrowed as you at the point in which you said you will return it. You understand? Some of us grew up, we had library memberships or whatever. You had a return date. You was going to have to pay a late fee. You grow up, you become an adult, you get a rental from Enterprise. You have a return date. All right? You don't bring it back on time. You know what I'm saying? Your pocket's going to be affected. But when it come to our brother, it's like, I know I told him I'll give it back Friday. It'll be all right.
A Negro.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. When it come to like doing the work type of stuff, like, you know, you borrow a brother camera, you borrow a brother Bible. You know what I'm saying? It's a precept book, something like that, you know. Brother gonna harass you. Now, in them type of situations, ain't no, he got it. Listen, especially you got my Bible. I let my Bible at you. I let you borrow my Bible at camp. You accidentally took it home. Hey, bro, what's up? Where you at? Oh, yeah, when I get off work, I'm gonna. Brother, get off work. Your phone getting blew up. You understand? For real. So the courtesy is the brother shouldn't have to blow me up. You know what I'm saying? The person shouldn't have to harass me to return this thing that's so important to them. All right? I shouldn't be making them wait. I should be providing what I said I was going to be providing at the time that I said it would be provided. It's courtesy. All right? Go to Sirach 29, verse 2.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 29, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
Lend to thy neighbor in time of his need, and pay thou thy neighbor again in due season.
Y'all know what the bottom part means? The bottom part is the flip side of the beginning. The beginning says, lend to your neighbor when he's in need. And on the flip side, if you're ever in need and you borrow from your neighbor, pay him back in due season, not next year. You understand? You borrow some money from a brother in July, and you tell him, oh, yo, when I get my taxes, I got you. Bro, that's a whole year. That's 3 seasons. Come on, man. What the hell? You shouldn't have borrowed. And that's why I'm telling you, and we be crying, we be sad, but that's why Esau be rejecting us. You go trying to get a certain car, you trying to get a certain house, whatever. Sorry, but no. Nah. I'm not giving you that many thousands of dollars. You have the track record of a nigger. It's gonna be, informal, nice words or whatever, but that's what they're saying. You understand? And, and it's truth, and we gonna read it. Unfortunately, that be the case. Brothers and sisters be having poor credit reports amongst dealings with one another. All right? You got a poor Israelite. To hell with what's the credit bureaus? Experian. Nah, that's not. TransUnion, Equifax. What about your IUIC? Credit score. Your Israel credit score. You understand?
Message.
What's your Israelite credit report? Read verse 5.
Verse 5. Till he hath received, he will kiss a man's hand.
So when you need something from somebody, and you know they got it, you gonna kiss their hand. You gonna be at their service. You gonna be willing to please them, make them feel whatever type of way to warm them up to giving you something. Go ahead.
And for his neighbor's money, he will speak submissively.
For your neighbor's money, you're going to speak very submissively to them. You understand? You're going to be very nice to them. You're going to shower them with compliments. Go ahead.
But when he should repay,
but when it's time for you to pay that brother back, pay that sister back, what they going to get in return? Read.
He will prolong the time.
He gonna what?
He will prolong the time.
He gonna prolong the time. Sheesh. Bro, give me about 2 more weeks. Wait, well, I gotta see this check. I had to pay. I forgot about this bill and whatever. So the next check, I got you. Then the next check come around, and you like, well, I wanted to go to this expo, so I ain't gonna say nothing if he don't say nothing. You gotta think of how a brother feel. You owe him some money, and they put a poll out. Hey, who gonna register for such and such? And a brother put me. You're like, wait a minute. That has a registration fee of $60, and that brother owes me $50.
You don't find that suspicious?
And he said he's going to register for that. What the hell? Now, what do you think that caused your Israelite credit score to do? Drop. For real. So, but that's how we treat one. I'm telling you. When we should repay, we prolong the time, but it doesn't stop there. Go ahead.
And return words of grief and complain of the time.
So not only, and I didn't say I didn't experience this, not only will they prolong the time, but if you do decide to hey, bro, it's been a whole month. What's up? Damn, bro. Damn, you sweating me about some money? I thought we was brothers. Like, damn, bro, the little funky $100, like, is that shit? You don't get to trying to belittle somebody for wanting to get paid back. That niggas is good at that. For real. Niggas good at that. Israelites, it should be forbidden. But it's in the Bible. You understand? We do it. We do it. Try to make a person feel guilty for checking on the status of their repayment. For real. That's some nigga stuff.
You can't make this stuff.
Read verse 7.
Verse 7. Many therefore have refused to lend for other men's ill dealing, fearing to be defrauded.
And that's the thing. Your Israelite credit score doesn't only affect you. From somebody dealing with you, you make everybody damn credit score drop. Just like him, didn't pay me back, and you talk to him, so I'm not lending you nothing.
Damn!
So right 13, if y'all the whole post next to each other, y'all must be you probably won't pay me back either. For real. So don't nobody want to share, don't nobody want to help each other out. We got this very, very important calling to gather ourselves together. O nation, not desire. Build ye houses, plant ye gardens. In Acts 4, they had all things coming. They sold their possessions to make sure everybody was equal, with nobody above another. In this last captivity, yes, you got brothers with 2-story houses and 2024 vehicles. And you got brothers staying in damn 1-bedroom shacks with a damn, what's the word? A hoopty.
Come on now, dog.
That barely cut on. He got to crank it up 5 times and do a special maneuver to get it to crank up. That shouldn't be the case, right? And it's true.
Hell no.
Especially if y'all both been in the truth for a while. Y'all know each other. Like, ain't no way I should be living good and well off while my brother is, you know what I'm saying? But what causes stuff like that? We come into this truth and somebody scar us that we think you got fringes and you do me like that? Oh, hell no. And it's no lending, no helping, no assisting going on amongst one another. And people suffer due to that. Because some nigga like messed it up for everybody. For real. So, check. We got to do better. All right, go back to the article. For real. I be having to watch myself because I be, in certain situations when people come for counsel to do something that I did before that was a bad experience on the behalf of another Israelite brother or sister, I be wanting to be like, hell no, don't do that shit. But I'm like, okay, so, you know what I'm saying? To evaluate, everybody's different. People change, right? So, that's why we doing this class. So if you are that brother or sister that has scarred other brothers and sisters with your actions, this is to provoke you to change your ways, and maybe one day somebody else will give you a chance to redeem yourself. For real. Credit repair. All right? This is a credit repair class right here.
Y'all better take heed to this.
Go to number 21.
Treating others with humility.
Right. So treating others with humility, small. It should be understood. But that's not necessarily the case. All right. Go to Micah chapter 6 and verse 8. Especially if you feel superior in age, tenure in this truth, rank. You understand? Things of that nature. Some people, somehow feel like they've gained a license to disrespect brothers and sisters. You understand? And that is not so. Read what you got.
The book of Micah, chapter 6 and verse 8. He hath showed thee, O man, what is good, and what doth the Lord require of thee.
So now, we know Deuteronomy 10 and 12, the Lord requires us to love him, serve him, whatever, keep the commandments, right? But this is another precept to show you what God requires of all of us. Read.
But to do justly.
To do justly, meaning to deal uprightly. Read.
And to love mercy.
To love mercy. Read.
And to walk humbly with thy God.
And to do what?
And to walk humbly with thy God.
So God requires us to walk humbly. You understand? That's a commandment. That's a requirement. Right? And a lot of us, sometimes we forget that. Dealing with our brothers and sisters, we lack that humility. You were once new in this truth, and you wanted people to, go out of their way and risk the chances of you being bugged out and talk to you and give them your number. That's what you wanted. But now somebody new coming to the truth, you don't go talk to them, you don't go speak to them. I don't know them like that. I ain't finna give him my number. But wait, that's what got you through them humps, them initial humps you got to get over when you first come in, dealing with wicked family members, ex-boyfriends and girlfriends, and you understand all that madness. You needed that outlet that didn't have to approach you and offer that for you. But when it's time for you to offer that reasonable service, come on now, that's not humble. If you operate in the vein of humility, I can imagine what they going through. You know what I'm saying? And then when you deal with them, you're dealing with patience. They don't know the scriptures yet. You understand? They don't know what it takes to, they saying things like, but so I don't understand, because I know it say the day of death better than the day of birth, but is it saying that we can't because the birthday? Listen, you had stuff in the beginning you didn't quite understand it.
Message.
For real. Don't hang up the phone when they get to talking like, be humble. Okay, I understand you struggling with this. All right? But you must overcome this. This is not something that we do here in this truth. That is ungod. That is a way of the heathen that God said to learn not. So you must unlearn that. And I'm going to help you unlearn that. Okay? For real. All right? So watch this. Matthew chapter 7 and verse 12. Matthew chapter 7 and verse 12. This might just be my favorite scripture. All right, read what you got.
The book of Matthew, chapter 7 and verse 12. Therefore, all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you.
Right, the way that you want to be treated, approached, talked to, listened at, is that the proper? Listened to, that attentive ear, you understand? How you want to be repaid, how you want to, not have to wait on, you know what I'm saying? All of those things. Read it again.
Therefore, all things whatsoever ye would.
Notice it say all things. All things. So time, possessions, you understand? Everything, all things. Go ahead.
Therefore, all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you.
Notice the word should. But that's the thing about courtesy. That's why it's courteous to do these things, because once you're asked or requested to, it's no longer in the category of courtesy. You understand? That's why it says should. A person should. Like if me and a sister walking out the school or walking inside the school at the same time, I should open the door and hold it for them. You understand? That's what I should do. But am I in sin? Sin. Am I going to lose my spot in the book of life if I don't hold the door for that sister? If I look at it like that, if I think about it like that, then I'm not going to be courteous. You understand? I'm not going to do the things that I should. If I ain't see it in black and white, that type of person. But read it again.
Therefore, all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them.
So do ye. So the Lord said how you feel people should treat you. He says, do ye. So we're commanded to treat others as we believe we should be treated by them. Meaning what? Such and such. Basically what I'm getting at is rendering, I don't want to say evil for evil, but you get what you put in with me. However you, no, God is saying, listen, regardless of how they treating you, treat them how they should be treating you. We have a spirit of, I'm going to match your energy. You understand? God said, no, it's not about matching their energy. It's about treating them how you want them, how you believe they should be treating you, irregardless of how they actually are treating you. Go ahead.
For this is the law and the prophets.
Going back to what the article said, that long-standing code, of virtues, morals, that was set by our forefathers. You understand? Moses, the prophets, the laws of God. They taught us to do that in every aspect of our lives. That's why we have laws such as don't be a talebearer. You don't want nobody going and telling something that, you know what I'm saying, that you didn't publicize. You just told one person. You only told one person for a reason. If you wanted other people to know, you would have, hey, Cal, let me get the mic after class and announced it. You understand? So you don't want nobody going and spreading nothing that you did not announce or want to be announced. So you shouldn't do that to others. Somebody tells you, relay some information, some personal information to you, then you are to conceal it as you would want them to do for you. That's why it's law, our law. That's how God commands us to operate. All right? Proverbs chapter 3, verse 27.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 27. Withhold not good from them to whom it is due, when it is in the power of thine hand to do it.
Right. This is going into courtesy. Why do I say that? Withhold not good from them to whom it is due, when it is in the power of thine hand to do it. You have the ability and the means to help their brother or sister, and you know and see that they need the help that you are able to provide. But because they did not ask you or beg you, you close mouth, don't get fed looking at it. Hey, so this really what Matthew 5 is talking about when he said, "Be ye therefore perfect," right? When God wants some of it, well, maybe it's just me, because I am dealing with perfect Israelite and good people. You might go a day without praying. You understand? Because you got to think about the stuff that we pray for when we pray for good health, to wake up, you know what I'm saying, to retain the spirit, you know what I'm saying? And you might go a whole day without praying, and you wake up the next day and you still remember the scriptures. You can get up and walk. You understand? You can go and dunk a basketball. But you didn't even pray. But God, because he had the power to do it, gave you life and allowed you to retain your memory and your recollection of other things, right? So with us, we shouldn't be walking around with that nigga mentality per se of the closed mouths don't get fed BS. When you see your brother or sister in need and you have the power to help them, God says do not withhold from them. You understand? You got to make them have to ask you and all of that. It shouldn't be that way. All right? Go to James chapter 4, verse 17. James 4:17.
The book of James, chapter 4 and verse 17. Therefore, to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it is sin.
Read it again.
Therefore, to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it is sin.
Now, I don't know. I'm not sure how somebody could interpret it in their mind. But to me, therefore, to him that knoweth to do good. It doesn't say, therefore, to him that is asked to do good. I think it's, you should. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know that you are able to do a good deed and you choose not to. You understand? That's what I'm getting from the scripture. And I might be bugged out. I don't know. But you see, matter of fact, get that in 1 John 3:17. Now, I'm precepting this, but I'm going to explain. Read that, 1 John 3:17.
The book of 1 John, chapter 3 and verse 17. But whoso hath this world's good, and seeth his brother have need, and shutteth up his bowels of compassion from him, how dwelleth the love of God in him?
So that scripture is cold, but a nigga can convince himself in his mind, I don't have this world's good. I'm broke too. The white man article said the poverty line is if you make under 80,000 now, and I only make 70. Looking at, so I'm poor. I'm impoverished. So you would convince yourself that even though you have a car with gas in it, and the brother that lived 45 minutes out the way, he doesn't, you would convince yourself, well, gas high, and I'm not rich.
What?
So, yeah, that's, one less brother at the Sabbath. It is what it is. He'll figure it out.
What?
You know what I'm saying? But you convince yourself in your mind you have a little something, but it's not this world's good. I ain't got no abundance to just be driving around and, you know what I'm saying? So, but that's why I like the James 4. Go back to James 4, because it's more. Read verse 18 in 1 John 3.
The book of 1 John chapter 3, verse 18. My little children, let us not love in word.
Don't love just in word, just telegram, shalom, heart emojis and stuff. Go ahead.
Neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth.
But in deed and in truth, meaning actions. That's how you truly show your love to your neighbor. Acts of courtesy. You understand? That's what God commands of us. Well, he said, if you don't move like that, you don't love God. Well, yeah, but that's if you got this world's good. So go back to James 4:17.
The book of James, chapter 4 and verse 17.
Come on.
Therefore, to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it is sin.
That ain't right. That is not right. To withhold doing good to a brother or sister when you got the power to do it, that ain't right. Now, 1 Peter 3 and 8. We're going to close it here. 1 Peter 3, verse 8.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 3 and verse 8. Finally, be ye all of one mind, having compassion one of another.
Having compassion one of another. Go ahead.
Love as brethren.
Love as brethren. For real, a lot of y'all, excuse me, the reason why, I ain't gonna say the reason why. You will choose not to help a brother or sister in the truth because, I don't know, you don't know them like that. Or some be, But your pants wearing, two baby daddy having, horsehair rocking, no sock rocking, sister in the world, she can hit you up, and you know what I'm saying? True story. This happened with both of my little sisters. I'm saying both of my little sisters on my daddy's side, because I got two on my mama's side. Both of my little sisters on my daddy's side, they live in New Orleans, right? They're hundreds of miles away from me. I haven't seen them. Well, I don't see them for years at a time, right? So, you know how it be. Somebody find you on Facebook after, a long time. Oh, I miss you. How you doing? And all of that good stuff. Now, my little sister, my blood. Of course I miss them, man. I love them. But both conversations, after about 2 or 3 exchange messages, 3 max, after about 2 or 3 exchange messages, hey, brother, Cash App, da-da-da. Now, mind you, my little sisters, my dear little sisters, they're beautiful, and they're sweet. They in the damn world. They probably smoke weed. They probably got boyfriends that need bail money. They probably got a boyfriend that need relo money. You know what I'm saying? They probably got a girlfriend, God forbid. You know what I'm saying? They need help with a bill or something. I don't know you in the world. So, don't judge me. But I didn't respond to them after that.
Hell no.
I'll show y'all right now. They are left on red. They might still have that. Might be left on unread. I do that too. So the point is, not everybody is built like that. You grew up with that brother or sister. You know what I'm saying? That's your blood. Y'all close. Y'all wore each other's socks growing up. Y'all shared the same toothbrush sometimes. God forbid, but it didn't be like that sometimes. Yeah, I know me and my brother shared bath water before. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But you come into this truth, you a new creature. Christ said, hey, them that do the will of the Father, these are my brethren. You understand? We're commanded to have love amongst one another as brethren. So if you still to this day would give the shirt off your back for your brother in the world that still hit licks and smash holes and go to church, what the hell you look like in the sight of God if you're not able to do that for a fellow believer? I don't know that like that. You know what I'm saying? That ain't right. Love his brethren. Tell you. Go ahead.
Be pitiful.
Have pity. That goes back to that humility, that consideration, that lowliness, meekness, right? Some people, the tolerance. That's the one. Tolerance, forbearance. Some people got different backgrounds, different learning curves, different spirits that they dealing with. Some people come in the truth battling 13. Some people got that 23 package. You understand? They need a little pity. All right? Go ahead.
Be courteous.
Be what?
Be courteous.
Be courteous. Be. It's not a, you know what I'm saying? Consider courtesy. Maybe try courtesy. It doesn't say that. Be. If God tell you to be something, you better be. I want to be there, right? You better be what he told you to be. Hell it is. God said that we must be courteous, right? Considerate, generous, respectful. You understand? And not out of constraint, but willingly out of love. All right? So Lord's willing, I was edified. Shalom. Most High Christ bliss.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word, his word, his word, his word.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today.